Hi everybody and welcome to Music with Meg's Violin School. This is lesson number 11 and today we're learning our fourth finger position. Everybody follow me, it's Music with Meg. So far we've learned our first, second and third finger positions, and we've learnt that our second finger can go a semitone from our third finger, or it can go down here, which is a semitone from our first finger. We're making sure as we place our fingers down that we're leaving a nice gap in the palm of our hand for our little mouse to live, that our elbow is underneath our instrument so that we can get all our fingers round, and that we're playing with the tips of our fingers, not the flat bit here. Now our fourth finger is useful for lots of different reasons. For starters, it helps us to play on the same string and avoid string crossings. So rather than going across a string like this, we can stay on the D string and use our fourth finger for the A. On the E string, it allows us to play this note B up here, and often it sounds nicer to use our fourth finger than to use an open string. Open strings can sometimes sound a little bit jarring in the music. So let's start on the A string. Let's put fingers 1, 2 and 3 down. A, B, C, D. Let's test the D with the string below. Good, now our fourth finger is another tone up from D. What's a tone up from D? E. So our fourth finger is the same note as the E string. Let's play an open E string. Let's play D. So we want to get that E with our fourth finger. So let's place our fourth finger down a tone from our third finger and see how that sounds. If it doesn't quite sound in tune, then test it with your E string at the same time. You can adjust your fourth finger by moving it higher or lower until it makes the same sound as E. Now this is quite a stretch for your hand, and the key is to make sure our hand is nice and relaxed. The more we tense our hand up trying to get that fourth finger in place, the harder it's going to be for us to play fast and in tune. So give your hand a little shake, relax it, and let's start again. A, B, C sharp, D, test your D, and E. Good, now let's move up to the E string and try on the E string. So we've got E, F sharp, G sharp, A, and a tone up from A is B. And on the D string we've got D, E, F sharp, G, good, and A. Let's stretch that fourth finger around. Test it with the string above. Good. Now when we get down to these lower strings, this is when our elbow really needs to be coming underneath the violin. There's no way you'll get your fourth finger down if your elbow is all the way back here. It's a lot harder, so make sure your elbow is tucking up underneath, like this. Good. Now let's try on the G string. Remember, our wrist and our elbow are coming round the instrument a lot more here. Here we go, G, A, B, C, and D. Test it with the D string to make sure it's nice and in tune. And let's put that one up and down again. Great, now practice that a few times and get that fourth finger really comfortable. And now we're going to put our fourth finger into a melody that we've already learned. So we're going to take Frère Jacques, and instead of playing an open string, we're going to put our fourth finger in instead. So it will go like this. And here we're going to play F sharp, G and A, but we're going to put our fourth finger down so we stay on one string. Good, and now we'll move over to our A string. And then we'll play D. And now put your fourth finger down. See if it's the same as the D. And again. Good work. Now the final fourth finger exercise we're going to do is using open string, finger 2 and finger 4, and this one's a little bit tricky, so take your time with it and practice it this week and you'll soon get the hang of it. We're going to start on A. We're going to play A, major third to C sharp, and then our fourth finger to E. That's it, so A, C sharp, E, C sharp. Practice that, A. And then we're going to take that onto the D string, so D, F sharp, major third, and then a minor third to A. D, F sharp, you can see my first and third fingers aren't going down on the strings anymore. So whereas before we were putting down our fingers one at a time, now we're practicing just putting down the fingers that we need to play the notes. So this is a little bit more tricky. So take your time with it. We're going to go D, F sharp, A. Good, now onto the G string, G, B, D. Remember, on our G string, our elbow is coming really far underneath the violin so that we can make that stretch. And finally, let's move on to the E string. We've got E, G sharp, so our major third, and B. So get used to listening for those intervals. The major third, which is the open string, to the second finger, and the minor third, which is the second finger to the fourth finger. Now, those exercises should help you to strengthen your fourth finger. Your fourth finger is often your weakest finger, so really work hard at getting it nice and strong this week. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so you'll know when my next video comes. And if you want access to sheet music, extra resources and bonus content, then please visit my Patreon at patreon.com/musicwithmeg. There's a special tier on there just for violin school content, and it will give you access to all of the music that we've learned so far. Have a lovely week, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye!